Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady and principal owner of Everett Tax Solutions, where we help you win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, and when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. So today's topic is a subscriber's choice. Let me get to the comment. So I have a subscriber named Mark who reached out to me, and it says this: I'm looking for help. I want to know if the IRS can take masters in royalties and publishing if you owe back taxes, and can they do that? So the short answer to that is yes, the IRS can seize your property for unpaid taxes, but it's not a short trip to get to seizure. Now, the most common seizure is a levy. That's where they levy your bank accounts, your wages, that kind of thing. It's very rare that the IRS gets to the point where they're seizing property. I want to say the last statistic I saw was 2017, where they had 273 property seizures out of like 140,000 something levies. Okay. So it's not very common for the IRS to seize your property, but yes, they can do it. But let's talk about what happens before you get there. So before you get to where the IRS is, whether they're garnishing wages or even getting to the extreme of seizing your property and selling it, because that's what will happen if they seize your property. They will sell it at auction and take that money from that auction and put it against your unpaid tax liability. So to get there, like I said, is not a short trip. They're going to send you a CP-14 letter, which is a notice of unpaid taxes. It's a letter that says, hey, you filed your taxes, or maybe you didn't file your taxes, and they're doing a substitute for a return. But it's a CP-14 letter that says, hey, you owe us taxes. Okay, please pay us. This is the amount that you owe. Send us our money. Okay. Then from there, you'll get a CP-501 letter. And the CP-501 letter says, hey, we already sent you a nice letter. This one's getting a little meaner. Hey, you need to pay us pay your taxes, right? And then you'll get another reminder after that, okay? Which is another reminder that says, hey, we already sent you a reminder, and we sent you, a letter previously that's reminding you about the reminder that you have unpaid tax debt that you need to pay your bill. All right. And then from there, if you do nothing, you get the CP-504 letter that says that is a notice of intent to levy. And that's where it tells you that it may seize your state tax refunds, and it also gives you a deadline. And here's the thing about all of these letters. All of these letters give you deadlines to respond. They give you, and what most people do, of course, is when they get a letter from the IRS, they don't read it. Okay. If you get a letter from the IRS, you have to read the letter. And just so you know, you can't use, the I didn't receive the letter defense. If you got the letter and didn't open it, you still got the letter. You may have chosen to not open it, but you still got it. Okay. So when you get the letter, you need to open it. You need to read it carefully. Okay, because it's going to give you instructions on what to do. And it's also going to give you deadlines by which to respond. Those deadlines are not suggestions. Okay, so then if you don't respond to those letters, you force the IRS to enforce the law. The goal of the IRS is not to put you in jail. The goal of the IRS is to collect unpaid taxes. That's their goal. But if you continue to ignore them, then you force them to take the next steps. So you've got the CP-14 letter, you got the CP-501, you got the CP-503, the CP-504, notice of intent to levy. Then you're going to get the letter 1058 or an LT11, which is the final notice of intent to levy. And it also talks about your right to appeal. Okay. So again, you're going to get all of these letters. Now, when the letter comes to you certified, then you have really gone too far, right? So you have to know that the IRS doesn't just go from, hey, you owe us, to we're going to take your stuff. There is a whole litany of letters that have gone unanswered to where the IRS says, okay, great. If, they're not responding to us, so we're going to have to do what we have to do to collect on these taxes. So, so you need to understand that letters from the IRS are not to be ignored. They're not going to go away. The tax debt is not going to go away. They are going to, make every attempt to collect their unpaid taxes. And unless you get into agreement with them, like I said, you force them to enforce the law. So you have to respond to them, even if it's, hey, I got this letter, I'm, hiring someone to help me. Or, hey, I got this letter, I know I have this debt, I need to get into some sort of payment arrangement. As long as you're communicating with the IRS, they're going to work with you, okay? And this also goes for the state. Now, be crystal clear that the state is quite more vicious than the feds, okay? The way I usually explain it is this. With the IRS, it's kind of like Jaws. You hear the music for an hour before the monster even shows up. For the states are more like piranhas. As soon as the blood drops in the water, they're on you, okay? So just know that, state and federal are two different taxing authorities, and they do handle tax debt differently. But just know, usually when it comes down to wage levies, garnishing wages and taking refunds and such, the state will move on you faster than the IRS. So that's just an aside. But whatever letter you get from a taxing authority, you need to respond. Do not just throw it away. If you don't know what to do, get help. Reach out to an enrolled agent, like myself, and we can help you with those letters. But if you do nothing, if you continue to just let these letters just go by, then yeah, you get to the point where they will seize your property, and you will get plenty of notice that, hey, we're going to seize your property, so that you can do something to make arrangements. And so if they tell you, hey, we're going to seize your property, you miss deadlines, don't respond, then yes, they will come and seize your property. I want to say that the last huge seizure that made the news was I want to say it was a wedding, like a bridal shop that was seized, and they sold those gowns like right there for pennies on the dollar. So it was a really brutal experience for those folks. And so yeah, they absolutely can seize your property, but it's not going to be something that happens right away. There's going to be a lot of letters and such that come before they actually get to that point. So the bottom line is, if you get a letter from the IRS, open it, respond. If you don't know what to do with the letter, if you don't understand the letter, then hire an enrolled agent to help you. That's it. Okay. So I hope that helps you out, Mark. Good luck with what's going on with you. And if you need some assistance, of course, please reach out to us. All right. Have a great day, you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.